Hello, happy Wednesday. Welcome in, everybody. And first things first. First, Bada Buttons. Gasp. Bada Buttons, you were the first viewer to redeem first. It's like I've traveled back in time months, and it's fantastic. I love it. Pat yourself on the back, Buttons. You get to be first. But, Plum, thank you for redeeming word of the stream, Mooshens Day. I really love the commitment to Moosh, and I really love the commitment to Windwaker Wednesday. Welcome in, everybody. It is wonderful to have you. It is wonderful to see you. Hello, SNK. Hello, friends. How are you doing today? I'm going to give y'all a quick update on me because I think it's probably relevant. I am shockingly, I know this isn't actually going to surprise anybody. When I get sick enough to cancel stream, it usually means I'm really sick. And so if y'all remember, I canceled stream last Wednesday because I was sick and I needed to give myself a break. And that was only the start. So I did stream for a little bit on Friday instead. I had a long weekend, which is very exciting and quite good timing. Because when you're sick, sometimes it is very helpful to have the time to get better. Hello, Kate. How are you? Happy Wednesday. So I had a little bit of time to get better, which was lovely. But also, you can probably hear it a little bit in my voice. I'm still extremely congested. My throat is still very questionable. I still have a delightful cough. It sounds great if you'll ever get to hear it. And it is very bordering on my voice not loving it. So I'm going to stay as hydrated as I can. Plum, it was lovely to see you, even if only briefly. I am writing your word of the stream right now, but you don't even have to stay. It's been a week, and I get that. And so, get to bed, y'all. Hello, Beavis. Just shoo, Plum, shoo. Anyway, so I probably am not going to do a full-length stream tonight, and I just wanted to let you guys know in advance of that. I'm going to do what I can. I have 2 drinks here. Oh gosh, hopefully you will be fine, Kate. I'm sure you'll be okay. I believe. I believe in your immune system. All the healthy vibes. Bada Buttons, thank you so much for redeeming Sploosh, otherwise known as Hydrate for 69 channel points. Nice. I just took a sip of my warm, and so I'm now going to take a sip of my cold. Hello, Quill. Lovely to see you. Happy Wednesday. Mooshedness Day or Mooshens Day? I need to double check the spelling. Mooshedness Day. Okay, good. I can fix this. We're fine, chat. We're fine. So I cared a lot about the moosh, and it meant that I didn't care as much about the Edness Day, so the day part goes this way. I'm assuming that's okay with everybody. You're also playing Zelda tonight? The Echoes one? Apparently, I have been told this, I haven't tried it yet. On the Switch 2, apparently the Link's Awakening remake cartridge and the Echoes of Wisdom cartridge for the Switch look gorgeous. Does Echoes look gorgeous on the Switch 2? If you're playing it on that, Buttons. If you're not, no worries. I know what it looks like on the Switch. Hee hee. Poison Darth Frog!
Poison Darth Frog just resubscribed for 40 months. It's dangerous to go alone. Remember your training. Twisters before sisters before misters. Lady Kwa, Lady Kwa, Lady Kwa.
I'm laughing at like 3 different jokes. Poison Darth Frog, spectacular entrance. Thank you so much for the resub. 40 whole months. That is just an absurd number of months. I've been streaming for 40 months? For more than 40 months? For who knows? I feel like I've been streaming for 2 months. Time blindness. It's a real thing. It's hilarious. My favorite streamer, Lady Kwa. Correct. But second of all, thank you for the reference to Twisters Before Sisters Before Misters, because that was absolutely, that is what we've learned playing Windwaker, is Twisters Before Sisters Before Misters. That's the rule. If you need it explained, it's fine. I swear it made sense. Ooh. Okay, fair enough, Buttons. It's okay if you can't compare, but if you think it looks beautiful, lovely. Your alert said 47 months. I'm gonna have to check how long Kate Menzel's been subscribed. I genuinely, chat, what year is it? What day is it? What even is anything? Who knows? We're fine. Oh, you just caught up. That does make sense. Okay, so it was like topical for you. That's perfect. Beavis, I want you to know I nearly choked when I read your message. What are the rules again? Drown a cold, starve a flu, confuse a sore throat. The way it was expressed to me was feed a cold, starve a fever, which meant if someone had a fever, it was more important to give them fluids and not to give them solid food, because that could make them sicker, or it could like damage their like sometimes digestive systems don't want solid food when what your body is doing is fever. But feed a cold was my mom's way of always saying, if you want to eat something when you have a cold, you should probably eat that thing, because whatever you're interested in ingesting, like, follow your cravings almost. And I don't know how normal people did that, but that was my family. I like yours better, and we should always try to confuse sore throats. That's why we gargle with salt water. Say it with me now. Confuse the sore throat. Anyway, don't drink your cold. That sounds wrong. Amazing. Ooh. I do sound a little bit like I'm dying when I cough. Please don't worry about that. It's just dramatic. It's fine. It means I need to drink more, obviously. At least I felt that one coming, so I got out of the way of the microphone. So many quotable moments. I'm sorry, Poison Tarth Frog. At least they're still there. They're on YouTube. Yes. That's twice. You almost got a spit take. Hot liquid, cold liquid. Keep that lyrics on its toes, proverbially. Oh, Kate, is your place too warm? Are you having AC? Actually, I was about to say, are you having AC issues? And then I remembered I've been outside today. Believe it or not, it took me a hot minute to remember that I've been outside today. And it is actually trash out there. So never mind. I understand why you're melting in the unfun way. It is because, in fact, the sun is the heat to melt people on the outside. It's terrible. Yes, by your place, I definitely mean Canada. The AC is not on in Canada. Laughter's a great medicine. It is a fabulous medicine. Okay, so what are we doing today? Because as I've mentioned, I am still under the weather. I do want to take it a little bit easy if I can. I should be more gentle to my voice than this. I can speak more gently, but I'm getting excited and I'm giggling a lot. Anyway, so there were two things that I know I could technically be accomplishing. We have entered the back half of the game. So we've moved past the central point. We know the real story now. We're supposed to be saving the world. However, instead we're going to do a bunch of side quests because, have you met me? Side quests. So the two that I know in particular I should be able to do now. I should be able to do the withered trees now. The thing is, I went around and I did a bunch of them. I think I did like half of them or something, because I happened to find them and I happened to have some forest water and I didn't remember how it worked. I don't actually know if that takes. I might have to do them all in one run, or that might just be a thing that walkthroughs do with efficiency. So I don't want to deal with figuring out that, and so I just have a list open next to me, like parked it over in that computer over there, next to my game. And also, there's another quest that I really struggle with, which is the trading sequence. And I figured those might be interesting to tackle today, because why make the foggy brain do hard things when I can just read it? And so I have another list that tells me what I'm supposed to give to which merchants to actually get all of the stuff in the trading quest. And apparently there's even more trading that I could do, but I don't have to do, and I didn't even know that. I am not sure, in hindsight, that I have ever finished the trading quest before, because I knew that you could get a piece of heart, and so I've definitely done that one. But apparently you could get magic armor, and I'm not 100% sure that I've ever gotten magic armor. And so I might not have actually finished this the last time I played this game, because I don't think I used a walkthrough last time. Which, frankly, terrible idea. If you're gonna play a Zelda game, just use a walkthrough when you're done exploring. There's so much moon logic in these games. My Triforce of Power is resonating. You cannot defeat me with a blade that does not sparkle. Big, important, grown-up things. Poison Death Frog. These are spectacular quotable moments. You're right. I remember all of those. So it really was the best Friday stream. You cannot defeat me with a blade that does not sparkle is possibly one of the best lines to pull out of context in this game, other than the line that Fish Finnegan says about his ex-girlfriend, immediately followed by the line about the teacher. That is what I always want to pull out of context from this game because it's hilarious. However, I get that's fine. You're also doing a side quest to reach the point of no return and returned. Valid buttons. Correct, in fact. I'm glad you've got a fan. I am sorry about the AC, Kate. And it's very polite of you to not want to rush the new management. But also it's their job. So you're allowed. Okay. So I think I'm going to try the trading quest sequence first. Maybe. Probably. I hope. So I think what I have right now is the sea flower. And so I think what I need to do is go to Great Fish Isle again. Hello? How dare you use what's not yours? Tetra the pirate, the literal pirate, definitely a pirate. Oh, good. There is a Great Fish Isle warp. That's very convenient for me. I don't remember where all the warps are. I don't remember where a lot of things are in this game. That isn't how my brain works. But it's always worth checking. Okay, so apparently, we can do better than this. Sure. I feel like he's on a raft. I like that I can see the fish, but I've already talked to the fish and I don't need to talk to him again. How rude of me. Did I ever... Oh, this is where one of the trees is. Literally up there. Okay. Alright. Okay. There he is. He is on a raft. How nice. Hello, sir. Huh. Okay. So, nope. That's pears. Pears are not helpful to him. Hoopty, do you want this? It is a sea flower. Ooh, and I would be interested in trading it for the exotic flower. That is not one that I had before. Now, what's weird about this, and I don't think it resonated with me when I was reading this, this is the guy who gave me the sea flower in the first place. Like, I gave him a town flower and he gave me a sea flower. And then I found another merchant and tried to give him the sea flower and they tried to give me the town flower. And so that was obviously the wrong thing. And I think the last time I did the trading sequence, it probably went similarly, that I got confused early on and like left it alone for a bit and then came back and forgot that this was the guy who gave me the sea flower. But apparently I'm supposed to give it back to him. And so I think for a bunch of these, we're going to like be trading double with them, which is going to make me feel like they aren't paying attention to their own wares. But that's okay. I just think they maybe could have designed this quest a little better or a little more logically. One of the two. No offense to them. Tetra, where did your tan go? Daphne's. OMG, you can't just ask where someone's tan went. Yes! That's true. She did change a lot, but also it was magic. I don't know. Sure, 25 rupees? That's a deal. This is gonna get expensive at some point. We have formed a merchant's oath. Delightful. Okay, so now we've done double trade to the Great Fish Isle guy. That means we actually get to go somewhere else. But where? Where is Bomb Island? It's near... Okay, it's just north of Forest Haven. That's where it is. Oops. Let's remind ourselves where we're actually going. Sure. Forest Haven seems fine. So Bomb Island is just north of Forest Haven. Yes, my boat is the King of the Red Lions, also known as Daphne's. As we learned last episode. I don't know why I said episode. North? But as we learned in the last stream, which is on YouTube, my boat that is called the King of the Red Lions is also the former King of Hyrule. Yes, the king is also the boat. I freaked out about it a little bit, because it was when the stone activated, and I was like, wait, the only people who have ever used this stone are Tetra and the King of the Red Lions, and they're both right here. The King of the Red Lions is right there, and Tetra is right there. And it was the king, and he was like, yep, secretly I've been the boat this whole time. And I was like, what? It was extremely confusing. And, like, to a point where I'm like, am I even sure that that's what happened? Or am I crazy? Uh, ancestor, not necessarily dad. To be clear. Who's Zelda? Kate, were you not here on Friday? We had so many reveals. We learned that Tetra was actually Zelda this whole time, kind of, sort of, a reincarnation of Zelda? Maybe, probably. It was not well explained. Like, it was really not well explained. He kind of yada-yada'd some of it. And I was like, as a connoisseur of lore, I am offended. Yes, great of you. I figured that was where that came from because you are the type to be like, no, we are not revealing that. It was revealed on Friday. I basically, I had been sick since last week. And so on Friday, I was like, I want to stream. Literally, if I just do the boss fights for the Forsaken Fortress, I'm going to get 20 minutes of cutscenes. Might as well knock them out of the park when I am not feeling brain well enough to actually be good at a game. And so we cutscened a whole bunch, and we learned a lot, including that her boat is named Daphne's. Is Zelda half boat? These are the important questions of our time. This is lore that the game needs to address. Is that why Zelda's a pirate? Is she both the pirate and the ship? It would explain her love of pirate. Oh, I have 2 letters. Cash on delivery. 201 rupees, sure. Esteemed Mr. Fairy Person, thank you very much for your purchase. Enclosed is an incredible chart. Oh. I have not been checking my Tyndall chart. Thanks, Tingle. Worth paying money for. It did sneeze on me. No wonder I'm sick. Gosh, the postal system, man. They work their people too hard. They should be allowed to take breaks when they're sick, too. It sneezed on me again. How have you been, big brother? I'm here on the pirate ship writing you this letter. Isn't that neat? Chat! I'm riding around with Daphne's, and she's riding around with Zelda, obviously. Is she one of those ladies on the front of a boat who broke free? Nah. Pretty sure that she wanted to be one of those ladies on the front of the boat, so she built the boat. At first I was really scared, but they're all actually nice. For pirates, I mean. You hear that, chat? Pirates can be nice. You wouldn't download a car. Mr. Gonzo is a really big guy. But ever since Miss Tetra left, he's been crying like a baby. It's kind of funny, but sort of sad, too. I would and have downloaded cars. Yes. Oh, boy. Nudge is a little strange, but nice, too. And as for Senza, his beard makes him look pretty mean, but he tells really cool stories when he gets in the right mood. Zuko's kind of weird. Mako's pretty quiet. Mako immediately gets mad whenever I try to take his glasses, so I do that a lot. Hee hee. Oh my gosh. This girl is made of mischief. Yes. Not only music that they pirated, Kate Bloomer, they also pirated the font. I'm pretty sure. I think that there was a YouTube video about that recently, that the font was not the actual font that comes from the set that you pay for. It was slightly different because it was the knockoff that they like skipped paying for and like got over here instead of paying the font license. And that was also hilarious to me. As usual, Nico is always fooling around. He won't take anything serious. Actually, he seems sad not to have you around. Were you guys good friends? I helped them all out with their chores, and they actually paid me a little for it, so I'm sending the money to you. Please use it, big brother. I'll loan you my telescope for a little longer, but you have to return it to me eventually, okay? Yeah, I know. Font licenses are so cheap. Like, okay, so, it's really tiny, and it's not in a lot of things, but, like, the font that I use for like the Lady QEW stuff, like I have a font. It's what I put on my starting soon screen and on my be back screen and on all of the stuff that I write up here. It's a font. I paid for that. I bought that font because it was prettier than the other fonts that I was using. And I was like, that's cute. And so I bought a font. I paid for a font, and Anti-Piracy didn't pay for a font. Rude. You seem to have found the video. Good for you. I wasn't wrong then. So one of the things that is probably fairly well known at this point, Capitalism is like really interested in very specific, like incredibly detailed things about tech, and font is one of those things. And so like he's actually really into font, which means he follows some like YouTube creators that talk about fonts. That's what they do. And I'm like, these are fascinating videos. Did I know anything at all about fonts? I didn't. Chat, before I married K Menzel, I didn't actually know you could buy fonts. I was like, yep, Microsoft Word has the list of fonts, and I will pick the one that I like. That's what I knew about fonts. I knew what Wingdings was. You know, like, I knew that there were different fonts, but I did not realize that was actually something that people developed, that people cared about, that people were invested enough in to develop more, that you could buy them, that they weren't just a thing that Microsoft had. Like, and so I've learned a lot about fonts in the last few years because it's really interesting, actually, and kind of, yeah. It's like extra piracy. None of your DVD players would play it. Okay. So first of all, Poison Darth Frog, that is both hilarious and also really sucky. Sorry about that. But second of all, did you know, I've learned this, computers are just better at that than DVD players. And so even if you can't play something on a DVD player, you can almost always find a way to play it on a computer because they suck less at that. Don't you mean typeface font refers to the style and weight? I give up. My sister sent me money. It was $20. Isn't she great? Delightful. Anyway, do I have to talk to him first, or can I just do this? It is an exotic flower. I am very interested in trading it for a sickle moon flag. I've never seen that before. 40 rupees is a deal. Every time I say fodder on Civis, she brings up that it's typeface. That's probably true. I think I'm going to allow for a colloquialism here that because language is primarily purposed in communication, most people understand what I mean when I say font, and I don't have the knowledge to understand what Civis means unless Civis explains it to me. And then even when I know that, because you've explained it a little bit, you've explained what typeface is, which is super cool, that still leaves me in the position of recognizing that communicating this to the bulk of the world probably should still use the word font. But I love pedantry, I love exact language, and I love little nerdy details like that, which means I'm super glad this is something that Civis talks to you about. Because I never would have thought about that, ever, ever, ever. And now I get to go look this up and learn something. Sorry to hear about your Spyro. So now I have a sickle moon flag. And we have formed another merchant's oath. And what happens when I try to give him the sickle moon flag directly? Absolutely. Why? Okay, so first of all, that's baller. That is a great idol. But you just gave me this. Why are you acting surprised that I have it? Why do you have a thing to trade it for? Mine has a blemish? I didn't even have this in my bag. I took this from you and I gave it right back. This right here. This is the driving a car off a lot and it immediately depreciating by 30%. This person, this guy right here, he's running a scam. He gave me a blemished sickle moon flag so that he could charge me more when he was giving me this idol. How dare he? I hadn't even left the conversation. I am now disappointed, Poisoned Earthrog. I'm also a little bit disappointed that this fountain idol isn't a K-pop group. At some point I'm gonna have to go back to the Great Fish Isle guy, but I think... yeah, I have to do Mother and Child first. And then Great Fish Isle twice. And then Mother and Child, and then Great Fish. Crazy. This is fine. This is gonna be the best decorated town ever, because I'm gonna do that, like, way later. Oh, there's my boat. Spirit Tracks has very clever anti-piracy. Delightful. Okay, I can't fly to Mother and Child Isles. And so I have to fly to Tingle Island, I think is the closest. There are no train controls. So you just crash repeatedly every time. There are some really clever... we gotta go. We gotta go. Just absolutely unplayable. There are some really clever things that they do for anti-piracy, which I enjoy from a perspective of jokes. But conceptually, some of them are quite mean. Oop. What's the jump button again? That's the jump button. Okay, great. I now remember the jump button. Whee! You! Hello, Boo. Lovely to see you. How are you doing? Fantastic. I'm trying to keep my coughing away from the microphone, but you know, such is life. Kate, have you really never been here when Boo's been here? I guess that's fair. Oh man. Awful weather. Imagine if the anti-piracy for Windwaker was just no wind. Oh, that's really interesting. Because I think I usually see... So, I know Boo because Boo and I would almost always trade some kind of chat in Buttons' streams. And so I know Boo from Buttons. I think. And now I'm starting to doubt myself. I mean, like, I know that that is true. I'm just not sure if I also had seen them before already. I know Boo from Buttons. Listen. This is why context is important. It's not important. This is perfect. Always say things out of context. You're right, Buttons. That's a wild sentence. It sounds like... like it sounds like I don't know him from Adam, or like I don't know this from a hole in the ground kind of thing. Like one of those fill in the blanks where you're trying to say, like, this comparison means that these two things have nothing to do with each other. I don't know Boo from Buttons. Like, that's kind of what that sounds like. Honestly, though, Poisoned Frog, having no control over the wind would make certain side quests impossible, but I don't actually know if it would make the game impossible except on Dragon Roost Island, because I think you have to change the wind in order to get into the temple entrance, unless there's a glitch. When I first met you, I didn't know you from Adam, and I still don't know who that is. Tentomon before his big sacrifice. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so I think this guy's gonna want this. I hope this guy's gonna want this. It is a fountain idol. Big sail flag? Chat, we could have big sails. Or big sails? In this particular game, I assumed a Digimon, yes. It looks like it would definitely be good for business. So once I have the big sail flag, I have to go back to the Great Fish Isle. Delightful. Can we all agree to call Frankenstein's monster Adam? This isn't a no, Kate, but what comes to mind is Buffy. Because in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, there is in fact a character named Adam, who I believe is supposed to make you think of Frankenstein's monster at least a little bit. Oops, oops, oops. And I kinda don't want to give... I mean, I kinda do. Like, do I want to give Buffy that much power over my, like, actual belief in the lore of real life? Kind of, yeah. But do I want to give Joss Whedon that much power over my interpretation of Mary Shelley? But I kind of, like, I'm okay with it as a concept. Is it gonna start raining again? Okay. Apparently not. Whee. Hi. Would you like a big sail flag to let everybody know that you're having a sale? Ooh, I can let everyone know that I'm a hero. Wow. He thinks it's in need of repair. That is a great point. The sequel is called Bride of Frankenstein, not Bride of Frankenstein's Monster. I had heard that, sure, the scientist was called Frankenstein, but also the monster was called Frankenstein, and I hadn't, like, really parsed whether or not I believed that to be true. Anyway, please take it up with Taskmaster, because they did a joke about dressing up like Frankenstein on the most recent season of Taskmaster Australia, I believe. And their whole point was that it was the scientist. And I really feel like someone coming out and saying, hey, it was called Bride of Frankenstein, not Bride of Frankenstein's Monster. Hello, the oncoming storm. That's entirely fair that you only watch the UK Taskmaster. I happen to be a little bit obsessed, and Kimenzel and I have watched all of Taskmaster Australia, all of Taskmaster New Zealand, all of Taskmaster UK, and we are going to be starting Taskmaster Quebec. 'Cause not quite Taskmaster, but that most... I giggled so much. Like, I just love this season of Game Changer. I loved the original season of Game Changer, probably the original, like, 3. There are definitely some episodes that are better than other episodes, that's fine. But in terms of, like, forming an identity, this particular season has been fantastic. and I have loved every episode, and it was great. But I don't know, they've just all made me laugh. At least 2 have made me laugh so hard that I cried. And the most recent one was one of them. I just, like, it wasn't even that it was like, hey, it's the game. Like, the game is gonna make you laugh. It was like, nope, just these people being funny is making me laugh. I am losing my mind. It's so great. I love it when Sam Reich gets his groove with his shows. That isn't a question when it was 100% absolutely a question. I actually agree. I did not like some of Paul Referino's calls on some of those. I also think that there was at least once, probably twice, when Anna was called out on not being rude, when her conveyance in her tone absolutely was. 100% was. She would have gotten her knuckles smacked with a ruler if she'd said that, like, out loud in a 1920s schoolhouse. And so it's not only about the words that you say, it is about how you say them. And sometimes that can be tricky when you're also trying to do 3 different impressions at once. But I picked up on it, and Paul Referino did not agree with me. And anyway, it doesn't matter because I was laughing so hard that who cares? She did the one thank you that nobody called her on. Fair enough. I think that would have made it tricky. I also think a thing that I want to pay attention to is that they do edit this content and they do it on purpose. And I think they might have actually had to try to get the contestants to participate more in the point stealing portions, which means I don't want to get out of this part of my head that says maybe some of those calls were made just for the interest of, like, having something happen during certain segments of the show. Because there were some steps that were, like, obviously intended, but also there's some steps that I'm like, sometimes it just matters that somebody's doing something. I am also very interested in the behind the scenes on this one. I giggled so much for that entire episode. It was just so good. But I'm supposed to be doing a trading quest. Do I give him the big sail flag again? I'm just not even paying attention to the game anymore. Chat, did you know we're playing a game? I just have so many interests, and you guys all have so many similar interests, and I just want to talk about them. We should talk about typefaces and fonts and Taskmaster and Game Changer and all of these lovely things. Man, I'm glad I had a lot of money. Trading Quest is expensive. Wow. I am definitely going to put that in as many places as possible when I decorate the island. He's expensive, but do I care? Okay, I have to go back to Mother and Child, and then I have to come back to Great Fish Isle. Mother and Child honestly isn't that... like, it's only 2 screens away. Ha! Did my boat just yawn? Ridiculous. Sleepy Boat King. Aw, Daphne's, is it your nap time? Was Bride of Frankenstein meant for the monster, though, or for the doctor? And the monster swiped her for himself. I never actually watched the movie. Now that you mention it. I don't technically know. The closest I've come to in any way interacting with Frankenstein as a franchise. Oops. Well, I pressed the wrong button. That means it's done. Is watching VeggieTales Where's God When I'm Scared. Pretty sure the monster literally yells about wanting a wife. Oh, fair enough. Oh, but maybe the scientist is also getting married? Interesting. I am going very much the wrong way. I want to be going towards that big circle. God is bigger than a boogeyman. Okay, I am going to stop singing that because I don't need a copyright strike on my Twitch stream. Ooh, that is an island that I never finished, and I definitely could. Fascinating. Victor Frankenstein made himself a monster wife? Oh, interesting. Okay, we'll try to press the correct button this time. The movie is much more Pride of Phil from Pride of Phil from Toledo. Yes. You literally don't think we have time to go over it. Oh my gosh. Okay, Kate Bloomer, it's your job to take notes. There will be a test next week. You'll have to get us all up to speed somehow. That's too good. See, now you're making me curious that I'm just gonna have to look up both of these movies and read about them on Wikipedia. Because they're not my genre. And so it's very unlikely that I'm actually gonna watch them ever. But I'm a very lore curious person. I love it when there's like stuff like that going on, and it feels like I could probably learn a little bit about Frankenstein lore. Bride of Phil from Toledo. Oh, that thing's back. I see. A moment, please. I just don't want it to attack me while I am attempting to give money to this guy. Because I don't actually know how the aggro works on those and if they can climb stairs. Like, I actually don't know if they can climb stairs. The movie is only 75 minutes. Well, obviously we will not have time. What? Oh, shoot. There's like famously a YouTube video that does a deep dive into something, and the something is like 75 minutes long and the YouTube video is like 4 hours long. And you're just like, what? Gosh. Sure. I should actually figure out if I can find that. Like, I think I saw it as a meme. I don't even think I saw it on YouTube. Great. I have a shopkeeper statue. Oh dear. The cough is definitely getting worse, chat. Is it covering a later part of the same book? Interesting. I have no knowledge of either the books or the movies to, like, help you out there, Poison Darth Frog. Okay, shop guru statue to the Great Fish Isle merchant. And then we should be able to buy magic armor if we want it. Apparently. Has the monster ever been called Frankie Jr.? Ooh. Was there a, like, son of Frankenstein? Ever? Does anybody know? It's once again complicated. Okay. Poison Death Frog, you will have to wait for the final exam. Toledo, Ohio, or Toledo, Spain? Toledo, Ohio. 1,000%. If you are not familiar with the joke that is being made regarding Phil from Toledo, it is still a VeggieTales joke, and he definitely has an Ohio accent. Well, sort of. I'm pretty sure he has, Glad I cleared that up. It goes poorly. I'm shocked, Kate. How on earth would, like, anything go poorly for that scientist? Gee. Your whole family is from Toledo. Okay, well, if you know anyone named Phil, just know that they played Frank and Celery on, VeggieTales Where's God When I'm Scared, the TV show being watched in the TV show, and everything's fine. This is the shop guru statue. Oh, great. Okay. This is the last year you'll be able to sing Pirates Who Don't Do Anything? Is that because you do something now, Buttons? Is that because you're a pirate who does something? Victor wasn't even a doctor? Oh my gosh, the lore goes so deep. Terrifying. You'll be going to Boston? That's spectacular. I've never been to Boston in the fall. This is my favorite thing. Do it, do it, do it. Nice. Okay, that guy is a little bit obsessed with the shopkeeper. But that does mean our delivery bag is empty, which is fabulous. Okay. So now, apparently, we should be able to buy magic armor. If we go to Windfall Island. Excuse you? Okay. Yes, yes. Listen, Cable Hoover, absolutely, so when I made the reference, I was expecting approximately one person in this chat to recognize what I was talking about, and the fact that I got 3 shocks me. This is like an extremely niche thing about my childhood that somewhat for me morphed into like a personal interest as an adult, because I actually think for being a product of its time there was some really cool stuff about it, but like this is not a thing that I expected anyone to know about, and the fact that I got like people who knew this tells me a lot. Tells me a lot about context. A good pirate never takes another person's property, and that's from Disney. Your cat is watching your mouse cursor. Oh, that must be fun, Beavis. So at what point is your cat just gonna pounce on your laptop? What am I doing here? Right, shop. It's nighttime though. It's probably not open. You relate to a side quest. I don't remember how. Okay. Oh. Nope. Okay, I needed to sneak better. It's a mouse cursor. She relates to a side quest, but I don't remember how. Shoot. I need it to be a different day. Or I need it to be daytime. Which might be okay, because now that I recall, I think that there was something that I was supposed to learn here when I got the Windwaker, and I never did. only I could recall the rhythm, then I could dance it perfectly. Cha-cha, cha-cha, that's it! I do need it to be a day other than nighttime, Poison Darth Frog. Shockingly, I could have done this, like, weeks ago, chat. I could have done this so long ago, and it just doesn't matter in most contexts in this game, whether it's day or night in the cycle, unless you're trying to find the ghost ship or trying to shop. Those are the two reasons that it matters. If you're trying to find the ghost ship, or if you're trying to shop on Windfall Island, or if you're trying to get into the auction house on Windfall Island. And so, like, I just haven't cared about any of those things. How did Disco Stew get here? Hilarious. I can feel it, guy. So that way, then down. That way, down. That is not the rhythm. He in no way was doing an cha rhythm for that. But I have learned the Song of Passing. Mexico, welcome in. Wonderful to see you. This guy is way too excited. Thank you so much for redeeming Eat a Weird Jelly Bean, for redeeming Kaboom, otherwise known as Dehydrate, and thankfully for redeeming Sploosh, otherwise known as Hydrate, for 69 channel points. Nice. We still have Skittles, Nerds, or Starburst. Do you have a preference as to which weird jelly bean I eat, Mexico? Oh man, he might be the reincarnation of one of the scarecrows from Ocarina of Time, Poison Darth Frog. Starburst this time? Perfect. So we're going to do the dehydrate first. I'm a little bit under the weather, so my voice gets very dramatic. It sounds like I'm dying. Please don't worry about that. I wanted to try this, chat. I found this in the grocery store. This is called a Pringles Mingles Dill Pickle and Ranch. So, on the one hand, I understand the Mingles, because this is a mashup of two flavors. But on the other hand, I don't understand the Pringles, because the snack looks like this. This is a bow tie. Literally. There's like one right here that is the exact same shape. And I don't know what to do about that. It's so weird. Windwaker chronologically would follow Ocarina of Time, but I think is in one of the timelines where the hero loses. Bow ties are cool. So are fezzes. Fezzes are cool. Okay. I don't understand why this is Pringles. It's definitely extremely dill pickle. That is very pickle. If there was ranch on that, I don't think I noticed. And so it kind of just tastes like a dill pickle Cheeto? I don't think I'm convincing any of you to eat this, and I don't think I want to try. That tasted like a dill pickle Cheeto. There's a reason that I buy weird snacks for you guys. Is that the official title settled on Beavis, or is that the subtitle? Anyway, now I'm going to eat something delicious because, chat, I have these weird jelly beans. Oh, I really opened the wrong end of this. Bam! We got Starburst jelly beans. It is now impressed it fits on the cover or the spine. See, on the spine, though, they can footnote it and be like, see the cover for the full whatever. Anyway, Starburst jelly beans. So I will tell you right now, I love these because they just have so much flavor condensed into them, and that's my favorite thing about jelly beans. I eat weird snacks so you don't have to. Poison Darthbog, where's the Lady QEW for President 2020? Like the campaign quote. That was a campaign quote. I eat weird snacks so you don't have to. That's why you should vote for me for whatever it is. This guy is very excited. I love the rainbow on the back of his disco outfit though. I also genuinely love these jelly beans. Okay. I need to get to the shop. I love how that guy stared at me judgmentally. Ooh! Lovely. Beautiful. Okay, how do I buy the magic armor? This is my real question. It is a cornucopia. At last, my humble stall has the appearance of a full-fledged store. It isn't, but it has the appearance of it. The Zunari family treasure. Oh! Oh, I see. You can turn your money into a defense spell. Oh, I have definitely never owned that before. You can just turn your money into a shield. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that is the thing of beauty. You paraphrased, you didn't attach the symbology of a direct quote. Fair enough. Oh, so that's the American legal system. Thank you, Poison Darthmog. I appreciate that. just the American legal system. Oh, you're trying to hurt me? Money. Whack. It calls up a mysterious power to protect your body from harm. That mysterious power? Cash. Delightful. Okay. Utterly fantastic. I have never had that item before. That is totally new to me, chat. I'm very excited. That was super worth all of my time today. Which is good. I'm saving. I'm saving because I have magic armor. Like, it's in... Oop. Cord too short. That's right there. I've never had anything in that bottom corner before. I didn't realize I was missing something. I mean, I'm missing a lot of things still. Is he wearing a hoodie or a cone? Were you talking about him holding up the thing? Oh, he's been biting himself too much. That's fair. Okay, so there are probably side questy things. He is wearing an anorak with the hood up. Huh. I don't remember that guy. Probably something that I could do with it. You just learned something totally game-changing in Echoes? Well, make sure to tell me, because I'm about to be gone for today. Y'all have been hearing me cough a lot, and so you understand why I need to, like, do something about that. They talk back. Oh! Oh no! Oh dear. Well, first of all, that's very cool, and I support that because I can understand why you might have a very cool mechanic with spiders that you, like, take over. But also, if it is a mechanic that requires me to look at a moving spider, even an animated cartoon one, I will never use it. Never once. I hate it. But that sounds amazing. Okay. So I did the one side quest. I did a trading sequence where I just paid a bunch of different people some money to go around and do their job for them. So I paid them money to do their job. That's all I'm saying. But we got magic armor and a piece of heart from it. And that's pretty cool. But we still need to save the trees. And so we're probably going to have to do that next time. I'm going to have a hard time at parts of this game. That's fair. If there's a spot in the game where I obviously have to, I might be able to. But the thing is, like, instinct is a tough one. I don't handle the movement of spiders well. I have, like, very deep-rooted arachnophobia, and I, like, don't have a lot of good control over my instincts of flight when I see anything that moves even remotely like a spider. And so I get, like, really overwhelmed. There's a spider boss fight. Delightful. Do you know what, chat? I have, okay, the spider staying put is a good thing. I have beat the video game Lord of the Rings War in the North multiple times, which has a section for Mirkwood where you have to fight little spiders a lot, you have to fight spiders that are the size of a person a lot, and you have to fight a giant, like, Sister of Shelob size spider at least once in a boss fight, and I didn't die while playing that video game. That being said, I did actively once, when I got pounced on by the spider boss, like, actually scream loud enough to, like, alert people in my home to have them, like, come and make sure I was not dying. That was your main strategy for most of the game. Fair. I could see that being a reasonable strategy. Okay. Literally, my voice is about to give out on me. It's tried a few times tonight. I have almost completely finished 2 drinks, which means I am almost out of ways of fixing that. So, whew, sorry that it was a short one tonight, lovelies, but thank you for your patience while I'm working to get better, and thank you for showing up anyways. And I will aim to be here next week. I am trying not to die. I will be aiming to be here next week, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. That is when I like to stream. That is when I will be back, and we will be doing more side questing, because I'm not done. There's so much side questing in this game. And I really like side questing, so we're going to do a bunch of it. So, thanks for being here. I don't have anyone that I'm raiding tonight. Again, kind of like Friday, I just need to go. It's time to go. And so I really appreciate your willingness to come and hang out. And if you want to see me again, you know when and where I will be. Right back here next week. Hopefully without any laryngitis, without any lingering cough. Buenos nachos. Yes. Absolutely. Whew, you guys made me laugh a lot tonight, and so it was delightful to have your company. Thank you for putting up with my extremely rough voice. So, until I see you again, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday, a wonderful rest of your week, a wonderful holiday if you're American, a wonderful weekend, and as always, keep it cute. Bye, guys!